हेलो एंड वेलकम टू जेडी स्टडीज। स्वागत करता हूं आप सभी का इस चैनल पर। In the previous lecture, rotor design part 3, we will discuss about the cogging and crawling effect and how can we select the numbers of slots in rotor. Okay, in squirrel cage rotor, we will discuss in the previous lecture. If you don't watch this that lecture, please first watch that video and then come on this video. Okay, now we will start the rotor design part 4. In this section we will learn how can we design the rotor bars and rotor slots of the squirrel cage rotor. Okay, so in the design of rotor bars we will first discuss about the rotor bar currents. So what is the rotor bar current? So here look into the picture. Okay, this is the this is called the bar. Okay, this called is bar. So what is the rotor bar current? In this rotor bar, which current is flow, or you can say the how many current is flow in this rotor bar. Okay, we will discuss about this rotor bar current. Okay, so first thing is rotor bar current. So bar current in the rotor of a squirrel cage induction motor may be determined by the comparing the MMF developed in the rotor and stator. So how can we find the rotor bar current? By comparing finding rotor bar current in the rotor bar by comparing the MMF developed in the rotor and stator. Okay, so if we compare the MMF developed in rotor and stator, then current per rotor bar is given by, how can we find, how can we denote it? It denoted by IB. Okay, IB. Here KWS multiplied by SS multiplied by Z dash S multiplied by I dash R divided by KWR SR multiplied by Z dash R. Okay, here what is KWS? KWS is stator winding factor. Okay, I will write it here, where what is KWS? Stator winding factor. What is SS? SS is number of stator slot. What is SR? Number of rotor slot. New slide. Okay. What is Z dash S? Z dash S, number of conductor per stator slot. Okay, and KWR is winding factor of rotor. Winding factor of rotor. What is SR? Okay, I will write number of stator number of rotor slot, Z dash R. Okay, Z dash R is what? Number of conductors per rotor slot. Okay, and then what is the IR dash? IR dash is equivalent rotor current in terms of stator conductor. So I dash R is equal to what? 0.85 IS. What is IS? IS is stator current per phase. Stator current per phase. Okay. So this is the formula. With the help of this formula, we can calculate the rotor bar current. Now, rotor bar current. After rotor bar current, we will have to discuss cross sectional area of the rotor bar. So, what is the cross sectional area of the rotor bar? So, second point is cross sectional area of rotor bar. Okay. So, sectional area of the rotor conductor can be calculated by the rotor bar current and assume the value of the current density for the rotor bar. Okay. So, how can we calculate the cross sectional area? Cross sectional area we will calculate by the help of calculated by the help of rotor bar current and current density. But here current density is assumed. Okay, we will assume the current density. Then we will find the cross sectional area of the rotor bar. As the cooling conditions are better for the rotor than the stator, higher current density can be assumed. Okay, if we want to better cooling for the rotor we compare to the stator, then what we will do? We will assume the higher current density. Okay, higher current density will lead to reduce the sectional area, hence the increase the resistance and rotor copper losses and reduce the efficiency. Okay, so here I can write for the better cooling of rotor compared to stator, we assume what we assume? Higher current density. Higher current density. Okay, if we assume the higher current density, then higher current density will lead to reduce sectional area. But if the sectional area is reduced, then resistance is increased. Increased resistance. If the resistance is increased, then rotor copper loss is increased. Rotor copper loss, then Cu loss. Okay, Cu loss is increased and efficiency is reduced. Theta is reduced. Okay, so with the increase the rotor resistance, the starting torque will be increased, or as per the guideline of the rotor bar current density, can be assumed between 4 to 7 ampere per mm square or may be selected from the design data handbook. Okay. I will write the some as guideline. Okay, as a guideline, the rotor bar current density. Okay, current density will assume between 4 to 7 ampere per mm square or may be selected from design date, data handbook. Okay. Hence, the sectional area of the rotor bar. How can we calculate? We can calculate the cross sectional area of rotor bar. Rotor bar sectional area AB. We will denote it by AB. How can we find rotor bar current divided by current density of rotor bar mm square? Okay. Once the cross sectional area is known, the size of the conductor may be selected from the standard table given in the data handbook. Okay. Now there is a copper loss in rotor bar. Okay. So insert the new slide. What is the copper loss and how can we calculate the copper loss? So third point is copper loss in rotor bar. If we know the rotor bar length and resistance of the rotor bars, then copper loss in the rotor bar is calculated. How can we calculate? Uh, First of all, we know about the length of the rotor bar. So what is the length of rotor bar? LB, which is L plus allowance of skewing. Okay. Then what is then other thing? What will be rotor bar resistance? For this squirrel cage induction rotor, what is the rotor bar resistance? It will be 0.021 rotor bar current divided by area of the rotor bar. Okay, cross sectional area of the rotor bar. Okay, then with the help of this length and rotor bar resistance, we will find the copper loss. So what is the copper loss? Copper loss in rotor bar is what? Rotor bar current square multiply by its resistance, rotor bar resistance RB, multiply by number of the rotor bar, number of rotor bars. Okay, so the copper loss in the rotor bar is we will find with the help of the length of the rotor bar and rotor bar resistance and also rotor bar current. Okay, now the fourth topic is shape and size of the rotor slot. Fourth topic is shape and size of the rotor slots. Okay, so generally we have to use semi-closed slot or closed slots with very small and narrow opening are employed for the rotor slot. Okay, what is the semi enclosed slot? Look into the picture. I will draw. Okay, here. Okay, here. This rotor slot is called the semi enclosed. Okay, this is called semi enclosed. Semi enclosed type rotor slot. Opening is very narrow. Okay, so if in the case of fully closed slot, the rotor bars are 4 feet from the slide of the rotor. Okay, the rotor with closed slot are giving better performance to the motor in the following way. How can it give the better performance? First point is, as the rotor is closed, the rotor surface is smooth at the air gap. Hence, motor draws the lower magnetizing current. Second point is, reduced noise as the air gap characteristics are better. Third point is, increased leakage reactance. Fourth point is, reduced starting current. Fifth point is, overload capacity is reduced. Sixth is, undesirable and complex air gap characteristics. Okay, so as I mentioned the sixth point, from this point it can be concluded that the semi-enclosed slots are more suitable and hence it is employed in the rotor. Okay, okay, understand? Okay, if any query, please comment in the comment section. Okay, so now we will wind this lecture here, and today we will learn the rotor bar current, then cross sectional area of the rotor bar, then copper loss in rotor bar, then shape and size of the rotor slot. Okay, so you must be like this video, share this video, and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so you will get the notification while new video is come. Okay, see you in next lecture. Till then, Jai Hind.